Welcome back to a review series I haven't done in a year. This is Naruto Anime Review Special Number 10. Not Boruto, this is Naruto. Yeah, last time I did a review for this basically is when I reviewed the Sasuke light novel. This one I'm reviewing a light novel is focused on his older brother Itachi, who is considered to be one of the best villains of the whole series. And this is the first of two. I don't have the second one, but I do own the first one. I actually got this, I think, which is a few months ago, but I just never had a chance to read it. Actually, we just, about a few months ago. This is Itachi's story, Daylight. Yep. The Kishimoto does the illustrations in the book. Though he only does, like, just the first page. There's, like, no illustrations. Yeah, I thought this was a little weird, because normally they do have illustrations throughout the book, like, every few pages. This one is just this. This is the only illustration that Kishimoto does. And it's really good. I do appreciate it, but there's hardly any illustrations for the rest of the novel. The novel itself was written by Tagashi Yano. Mostly put, this is basically Itachi's early years. This was loosely adapted for the anime for season 20 for that, I think it was like a 6-8-parter, I think it was. Yeah, and I gotta say, this book is really good, and it's interesting, too. You get to learn a lot about Itachi. Some of the stuff they say in here is actually, that happens in this book, actually was brought up in the show, and yes, in case you're wondering, these light novels are, in fact, canon. They are canon. Despite the fact, yes, this was adapted for a TV show, and I know for a fact this is one of several adaptations. This was the first one they adapted. They also adapted the following, which I have not read yet. They also adapted Shikamaru, Sasuke, and Hidden Leaf. This is mostly taking place from when he's in Ninja Academy up until he graduates, when he joins Alma Black Op. The idiot Danzo shows up in here. He plays a small role in here. Basically, his role in here is to set up the Uchiha clan massacre. Sasuke himself is actually in this book. He plays a very minor role in the book. I mean, mostly the book actually opens, believe it or not, with the Nine-Tailed Fox attack in the village 15 years prior to the events of the series. Actually, it was like 12 years prior to the events of the series that this happened. Yep. And they talk about stuff related to the Uchiha clan. The third Hokage pops up a couple times in here, but he doesn't make that many appearances. And let's see. Oh, yeah. And because of how much of a genius that Itachi is, apparently his own Jonin instructor is jealous of his how smart he is. Now, if this was Kakashi basically being his mentor, of course, at this period of time, this was explained in the anime, that during this period of time, around the period of time that Itachi was basically doing Jonin stuff, this is around the same time that Kakashi was part of the Armored Black Ops. Matter of fact, Kakashi was actually part of the Armored Black Ops at the time of Itachi committed the infamous massacre. The book starts off when Itachi is only 7 years old, and the book takes place over the course of a few years of his life. Yeah, it takes place from when he's 7. I think it ends when he is about to join the Abu Black Ops group. Yep, and they also have him go to the Chunin exams. I thought that was really nice. Yeah, apparently, get this, he was actually held back from doing the Chunin exams. He actually graduated the academy pretty early on. He graduated when he was only 8, or something like that's weird. And he meets, those of you in case you're wondering though, does his best friend Sushi show up in this book? Oh yes, he's in this book a lot. He pops up several times in the whole book, and even though he's a member of the Uchiha clan and they're not related, I mean, same last name, but they're not related. But Sushi is basically his best friend / mentor. He teaches him a lot of stuff that basically Itachi gets credit for, like how much smarter he is, not just because of his Shuriken. Yep. I think what else? Oh yeah, the girl who kind of becomes infatuated with Itachi, who's kind of like a childhood friend. Apparently she's got a Shuriken too. Yeah, as explained, the reason why she's got one is because her father was killed during the Nine-Tailed Fox attack. And yes, as you read in the book, like, those of you curious, like, because it was referenced in the show, the Uchiha clan was charged the police force. Like, did they fight? Did they help fight the Nine-Tailed Fox? Nope, they were relegated to defending the people. Yes. Because there was so much prejudice against the Uchiha clan. Yeah. This whole prejudice, this actually comes from the second Hokage. Yeah, the first Hokage never had a really big problem with the Uchiha clan at all. It was the second one, his younger brother, who was the Tsunaya's great uncle, by the way. hmm Yeah, but this book is just really, really good. I highly recommend people who are fans of the Naruto show. And Kakashi himself pops up once this whole book. Yeah, I think he makes one physical appearance, and even they have Itachi go on a mission where he joins on Black Ops. Yeah, those of you curious, how far does he go in the rank of being a ninja? He goes from graduate to Genin to Chunin. Yeah, and yeah, apparently his own team has got a problem with him too. I'm like, okay, now if this was someone like my guy being his mentor, being his joint instructor, he would have no problem basically allowing Itachi to become participate in the tuning exams. But his joint instructor is a complete buffoon. This guy is so jealous and stupid. Didn't really care for his joint instructor at all. Well, at least his sensei, anyways. I don't remember the guy's name, and heck, some of the characters can't remember their names because they're so forgettable. If they're not like one of the big characters of the franchise, they're completely forgettable. I mean, the girl, I can at least I think her name is Hisami. I think her name is. Yeah, later on, she basically develops an attraction to Itachi. They don't become a couple per se, but during the clan massacre, he puts her in a jutsu. We basically like a what if of basically if they got married and had a couple kids. She had no problem with it at all. That's something she wanted from Itachi, and she got it in her head. hmm But that happened in their light novel. I heard about that. But this, if you're curious about the early days before, like those of you curious though, does Naruto himself physically show up in this book? No, surprisingly he doesn't. This is actually the first. Now I know for a fact Naruto was referenced in the Gaara light novel. I haven't had a chance to review that one yet. I have read it. It's really good. But he's referenced in it. He does make a physical appearance in it. This one, there's no mention of him. I know he does make a physical appearance because he's still a baby. But you can at least reference him, but he's nowhere referenced his whole entire novel. Now, the way they had this adapted for the show is they had where Sasuke, because he has Tachi's eyes, because he got it from his brother, because his eyes were wearing off because he was using his Shuriken too much. So he had him basically do the whole surgery, get his brother's eyes, transfer his own. Yeah, and also, in case you're wondering, does Itachi use crows in here? Yes, he does. And it's to be continued into Itachi's story, Midnight, which kind of basically, hopefully, it's going to have the Uchiha clan massacre. Though because it was published, this translation was published in Japan, they're like, when you see Itachi's name, it's like, okay, yeah, it's not like Itachi Uchiha. It's basically, even here on the back of the book, it says, Uchiha Itachi. Yeah, it's a Japanese thing to have say the last name first and the first name. Yeah, in the dub, they actually pronounce his name as Itachi Uchiha. In the Japanese sub, they go by the last name first, then the first name. It's a bit unusual, but it's fine. I don't have a really big problem with it. Really good book. I'm going to give this book a 9. I'm going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. It's really, really good. I do recommend people are fans of the Naruto franchise. When I was reading this, I'm like, wow. Like when I saw this, I'm like, I really want to get this book basically because I like Itachi, and I love the arc they gave him in the series with explorers, like his stuff he was doing prior to the start of the series. Now the whole thing about him during the Uchiha clan massacre that was referenced a few times, and the fact there's been flashbacks to it, but not about the stuff that led up to it and the stuff that happened after the massacre happened. This book basically starts it off. Really good. Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for my reviews of Hunter x Hunter. I'm going to review the news chapter because it just resumed finally. My Hero Academia news episode of the anime, news chapter of the manga, and hopefully, if there's time, 7 Deadly Sins. What am I going to do next? I'm going to do My Hero Academia next. And then I'm going to do 7 Deadly Sins, Hunter x Hunter, then 7 Deadly Sins, okay? But do see you next review. Bye.